I currently have these two OM617 turbo diesel engines out here in my shop. One of them, this one here that came out of a 1982 300D, is mostly disassembled. I mean, it's opened up enough now we can really take a look at some of the internal details in this engine. This one over here on my left came out of a 1981 300SD, and it's in great running condition, so I'm not going to disassemble it. But I'll be able to show you a couple things on this engine which are unique and things that you may need to attend to if you own one of these. What this gave me was an idea to do a complete video series on what I'm going to call Mercedes diesel maintenance tips. These will apply to the older diesel engines, the old 4 or 5 cylinder cast iron OM616 and 617 engines. Even though these are turbo diesel engines here, a lot of what I'm going to show you will apply to the non-turbo 240D, 300D, etc. So I'm going to go through these engines and I'm going to point out some of the problems that you may run into, some of the things you may have to diagnose, how you diagnose them, how you repair them yourself, and also I'm going to talk a lot about preventative maintenance. You know, if you're going to own one of these old Mercedes diesels and you want to drive it for a long time and you want it to be really reliable, and they can be reliable, as many of you viewers already know, there's certain things you'll want to do on these engines from a preventative standpoint, not just waiting until something breaks, but actually fixing it before it breaks. And then we'll talk a little bit about performance. You know, how we can increase the performance of these engines, how we can increase the fuel economy, the drivability, and reduced smoke and emissions. So this is just going to be an introduction. You got these two engines here. I'm going to dig in. There's actually some older videos on YouTube that I'm going to pull into this series. So you'll see some that may be out of date, but what I'm going to do is list them. You know, this will be the introduction. We'll have part 1, part 2, part 3, 4, 5, etc. Most of these videos will be, you know, anywhere from 3 to 6 minutes long. They'll focus more on specific tips or specific information that you might need to dig in further, and what kind of parts and other things that you'll need to do some of the repairs yourself. Because this whole series is going to be geared to the DIYer, the person who wants to learn how to fix and maintain these rugged old diesel engines themselves. So I'll put a link in the show more. It'll take you to the playlist, and as I build this playlist, I'll continue to add videos to it. So you can click right on that link in the show more in the description below, and that'll show you all the videos that I currently have up related to these wonderful old diesel engines.